To do a body weight half squat, whole squat, you're literally doing about half of a squat on the way down. Typically that's actually called a quarter squat, but you're going about half of the distance you would normally go for a squat. You're coming back up and then you're doing a full squat. So you're going to vary that depending on your personal squat depth. So you may be doing a quarter squat to a half squat, or if you have more squat depth, it may be a half squat to an actual whole squat. It just depends on what you're physically able to do. So start by setting your feet up in your normal squat position. So heels are going to be about a hip's width wide. Toes are turned out slightly. We're keeping the chest up. And then from here, we're squatting the hips down and back. Get to that half squat position, whatever that is for you. Come back up, and then you'll do your second part of the repetition, going down lower than your initial squat position. So if you're having trouble figuring out how deep to go, it is helpful to have a visual, so looking at yourself in a mirror and then watching how far down your hips go, or if you have a spot on the wall that you're staring at, you're able to see how much lower you get to that spot. If you have a rack, you can always judge it that way. But as you're squatting, make sure your squat pattern stays consistent. So what I see a lot of times is for the first part of the squat, people will do knees forward, and in the second part of the squat, they'll do hips back. It should be the same squat. So when you're doing the half squat, it's hips back, knees bend, just not as much range of motion. Second part of the squat, it's all the way down, hips back, knees bend, come back up. So it really shouldn't look any different other than the depth. If this gets easy, you can either add in more repetitions or do them quicker, or you can always add a little extra weight.